there was a holy oasis named BAKANA Springs in the center of the Serengeti Plains in Yakande, which brought life to all living things for miles around. For 1,000 years, BAKANA was safeguarded by the ancient python deity SHAZINA, who resided at the heart of the glittering waters. The waters have mystical healing and fertility properties bestowed by SHAZINA's spirit. NONYE was a good-natured girl who had a unique talent for speaking with animals. She lived in a village that bordered the plains. She had a beautiful smile that made the sun envious, and her jet-black skin shone like the night sky. NONYE had a childhood attraction to BAKANA Springs. Her sense of adventure was sparked by the colorful landscapes and profusion of wildlife. As NONYE grew older, she spent almost every day among the lush vegetation that surrounded the oasis. NONYE heard sounds coming from a cave one day while exploring along the rocky cliffs. She saw a huge lion with a thorn piercing its paw inside. The beast had trouble even walking. Despite her terror, NONYE managed to calm the enormous lion by carefully extracting the thorn and cleaning the wound with water. Ever since that day, NONYE was under the protective eye of Izaba the lion. Her friendship with antelopes, zebras, giraffes, and other animals expanded each time she went to the oasis. When they spoke, she could even understand what they were saying. Her greatest desire was to see and converse with the mythological god SHAZINA, just like she did with the other animals. Thus, NONYE invoked the god's presence every morning by leaving offerings of fruit and flowers at the edge of the pond. However, her requests were ignored until a very important day. NONYE saw a strange ripple as she peered across the glistening waves. Out of nowhere, a massive emerald python surfaced. NONYE's legs stopped dead in their tracks at the sight of the enormous serpent. The serpent talked in a male voice that sounded like ethereal bells while swaying softly in NONYE's direction. "Hello, my name is SHAZINA. You have now enabled me to come before you with your compassionate heart and humble sacrifices." NONYE shuddered in wonder and respect. Ever since that day, on each visit, SHAZINA disclosed himself to the maiden. As their strange friendship grew, SHAZINA revealed to NONYE long-forgotten animal kingdom mysteries. In addition, the god has the ability to assume human form when the moon was full. SHAZINA changed, becoming a tall, strong guy with captivating emerald eyes. He made the most of his uncommon opportunities to be in human form by dining and dancing at moonlight celebrations with NONYE. Gradually, SHAZINA found herself captivated by NONYE's bravery, attractiveness, and generosity beyond compare. The god could not help giving in to his mounting urges while the moon was full. NONYE was sleeping when SHAZINA drew her into a magical dream. He kissed NONYE passionately in the dreamscape lighted by the moon. NONYE gladly kissed the deity back, harboring a secret affinity for him. The young girl still felt the tickle of SHAZINA's heavenly lips on hers when she woke up the next day. From that point on, whenever the moon was at its fullest, SHAZINA invited NONYE into his sensual dreams. NONYE devoted herself entirely to the deity because she was consumed with an unfathomable love that was unlike any other. However, the local witch doctor noticed the unlawful relationship out of jealousy for NONYE's abilities. He informed the villagers that NONYE had enchanted their guardian spirit in a furious manner. The enraged villagers marched NONYE to BAKANA Springs under the direction of the witch doctor, where they chained her on a stake as a sacrifice to placate SHAZINA. NONYE begged for her innocence, but the crowd disregarded her pleas. The witch doctor's hand was about to cut NONYE's throat when the earth gave way suddenly. Venom flowing from his teeth, SHAZINA sprang from the seas in the shape of a gigantic serpent, letting out a furious scream. He uncoiled like a bolt of lightning, encircling NONYE with his enormous frame in a protective embrace. NONYE said, "My love, do not kill them." with tears in her eyes. "Please have mercy on me." Comforted by her words, SHAZINA did not hurt the villagers, but instead exiled them with his staff. For her own safety, though, he swore that he would never allow NONYE to return. After ensnaring the young lady in his coils, SHAZINA withdrew to his crystal cave. There, he used the waters of BAKANA to enchant NONYE, saving her from the inevitable death of mortals. Beneath the crystal waves, they lived in joyful union with one another. Finally, SHAZINA admitted that he knew he would eventually be unable to withstand the maiden's charms, which is the true reason he had previously refused to reveal his identity to NONYE. NONYE, on the other hand, acknowledged that she had adored the god from the first time she had heard his voice. However, peril continued to loom beyond their haven. Because the witch doctor thought NONYE had irrevocably tarnished the guardian spirit, she would not give up. He had been planning her demise for years. At last, when SHAZINA was helpless and there was a lunar eclipse, he assembled a mob. The mob struck while NONYE lay, oblivious, inside the god's coils. Despite his ferocious defense with magic and fangs, SHAZINA was disadvantaged by the chaotic darkness. The witch doctor got past SHAZINA's guard during the confusion. NONYE was suddenly killed as the blade pierced her heart before he could respond. The maiden's body plunged into the depths, her blood swirling like scarlet vapor. The heavens trembled with SHAZINA's anguished cry. He wreaked such havoc that the witch doctor and his rabble fled for their lives, never to be seen again. For NONYE, though, it was too late. SHAZINA held his dead lover's body and sobbed bitterly for his lost soulmate. The god's heart blazed with sorrow like a volcano. SHAZINA tried to resurrect NONYE with all the magic he had left, but death was not something that could be simply reversed. Still, SHAZINA would not give up his affection. Should NONYE be unable to resurrect as a human, SHAZINA would turn her into an immortal. Day and night, SHAZINA chanted fervently over NONYE's body, gradually transforming her into a brilliant emerald python that would rule eternally at his side. After the ceremony was finished, NONYE's spirit returned to her new body. She managed to hold on to her memories and consciousness thanks to SHAZINA's grace. The deity, overcome with happiness, tenderly entangled his coils with his restored partner. Finally reunited, SHAZINA and NONYE withdrew into the far highlands, far from the mortal village. There, protected from persecution, they fashioned up a system of crystal caverns into their own haven. Their love burned hotter than the sands of the African desert in their luxurious dens. Centuries of trouble-free happiness passed. The memory of the original village vanished, replaced by the unwavering love between NONYE and SHAZINA. Hidden for generations, the sanctuary was shielded by the god's enchantment. Up until the day a party of avaricious hunters, out to trap animals, happened to stumble across the grotto. Enticed by tales of immense wealth, they pillaged the tunnels covered in gems. The hunters used mystically crafted chains to keep the enraged gods from attacking the trespassers savagely. In an attempt to sell the two pythons to zoos or collectors for a huge sum of money, they abducted them. A strong gust of wind carried the hunters off their feet as they descended the mountain. Barraging out of the bushes came Izaba, the lion, now white with age but still fierce. They charged at the hunters in unison with a stampede of hippos, elephants, rhinos, and every other animal in the area. The hunters abandoned the chained pythons in fear as they ran from the thunderous throng. Izaba stood vigil over the abandoned tunnels as NONYE and SHAZINA, grieving over the ruin of their sanctuary, slithered off in pursuit of a fresh, uncharted territory where they could rule in peace for all eternity. The couple traveled far and wide before settling on a picture-perfect, uninhabited atoll close to Nigeria. The god and his mate withdrew into seclusion once more, safe from outside interference. They went back to their daily routine of hunting together, swimming side by side in Azure Lagoon, and maiden spending intense love beneath the mow. They promised that no hunter would ever again defile their sanctuary. I appreciate your listening and hope you enjoy every bit of the story. It takes a great effort to put these stories together. Please support us by subscribing, like, and share our channel. Feel free to browse other stories on our channel, and do have a wonderful day.